clear? Are you seeing clear? Pop, pop. All the colors here, all the colors here. Pop.
Well, hi everybody. How are you guys? I hope everybody's doing great today. Yes, it is Saturday. Oh my goodness. Gosh, these weeks are just going by fast. Yes. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. It has been a nice Saturday. It really has been. I had some good conversations in my class, and Bob and I had a nice walk this morning. So yeah, it's been good. So I have a story for you tonight that I'm excited to share, and it'll be good. Let's see. Hi, Gail. Hi, Tamra. There's Linda. Yes, and yep, everybody's checking in. Nice to have you guys here. Larry and Angel are down on their property, and who knows how their services down where they are. Maybe the elk have decided to take over their computer. Who knows? Whew, yeah. So I'm going to have a sip of water. We just got done with dinner. Seriously, Bob and I were sitting outside in the front. It was beautiful. Enjoying the weather, and realized, oh my gosh, it's just a few minutes after 6, and we thought, oh, better have dinner and then get going for this, to get ready. Oh, so many things to still get done before my trip, and I'm getting there though. But I am really pleased to say that I have all the stories uploaded and queued up for premieres for while I'm gone. So you might see on my channel a whole slew of premieres up and coming. And therefore when I'm in Botswana. So wanted you guys to know that that's all set and ready and set to go. And today, you know, after last night's story with Sonia Sotomayor and the other book by Jacqueline Woodson on diversity, I was looking through the list of books that I had to share, and hey, Larry's here. Nice to have you here. Thanks. Good to have you here. Scratching? Oh, I didn't go to any other lives today. I actually just kind of sat outside with my husband, and we just kind of chilled and relaxed. One of those things after my classes. But anyway, after reading that and looking through some of the lists of books I had, this one kind of jumped out at me. Now, fair warning, just fair warning, it is a bit of a tongue twister, and I only had that much wine left. So, fair warning, just fair warning. I may have loosened my tongue up a little bit too much, but it is an amazing book. And what I love about this book, in the same theme of diversity and inclusion, is that it's from an author from a completely different part of the country or the world again. This author is from the Netherlands, and her name is Emmi Smid. Let's go to her page right there. She's written a fair number of books, and you can see that in different languages. She works about here. I found it interesting that she's a Dutch writer and illustrator of children's books. She lives in Arnhem in the Netherlands and spends her days in her cozy little studio doing the children's book related things. She writes children's books in both Dutch and English. She also illustrates children's books, both her own and other people's. And she also translates children's books from Dutch to English and from English to Dutch. She also reads a lot of children's books, although the latter not professionally, because I love children's books. I know that feeling. So she's worked with a various amount of publishers and all those type of things. So this book is illustrated and written by her, and it's called Rainbow Village. And I think you're gonna like it. Let's see if I can get it going up where I need it to be. There it is. Rainbow Village by Emmi Smid. Yeah. Let's check in again. Oh no. It's fair dinkum. That's all the wine in there. No, that's all that's left of that bottle. Which, okay, fair warning. I mean, I must give myself, this was opened last night, yesterday. Yeah. It's a good bottle of red, though. It was a good bottle of red. So this afternoon when we decided to sit out in front and it was beautiful weather and I was trying to figure out my infrared camera, I thought it deserved to have, you know, a glass of red wine to try to figure out an infrared camera. So yeah, cheers, if you can see there. Yeah. Anyway, fair dinkum. Anyway, this book is called Rainbow Village, and it's another one that just the whole story of diversity and differences, and let's see, and how we deal with them and how we approach that. Just really, I love the way I just love the way that kids' books presents that, because it brings it down to a level that is so basic and almost, it's no wonder that kids say, well, duh. You know, we just complicate things too much sometimes. So let me tell you a story about a village not so far away. A village filled with lots of different and colorful creatures. There were the Sproggles, who loved anything tall and green. Wearing clothes made out of leaves was essential, and so was having dogs for pets. Then there were the Flinkerdunks, who were square and usually red with anger. They wore boots and loved riding their bicycles. And the Mimplets were fond of their triangular shapes, and blue suited their cool behavior. They felt very strongly about having cats rather than dogs. And the Wopsies were round and yellow, like the sun. They baked cupcakes as though their lives depended on it, and you would never find them without their baking hats. The villagers were creatures of habit. They each lived in the town areas, in their own areas, and never interacted much with each other. I suppose the only thing the villagers all agreed upon was that they did not like dealing with creatures that were different. And so it happened that these villagers all busied themselves in their own particular sproggly, finkerdunky, mimply, and wopsy kind of ways. Yes, I did that page, even after wine. Yes, woohoo! That deserves a thumbs up alone. Sorry. Now, nothing much ever happened in the village, and nothing much ever changed. And this is exactly what the villagers loved about their village. Until one sunny sparkly, summery day, a visitor arrived in the Sproggles part of town. Borough of the Sproggles. "Hey there," said the visitor. "I've come from afar and I've traveled the world, but traveling has made me tired and I'm looking for a place to live." Look at the Sproggles run. The Sproggles panicked and hid in their homes. Before they slammed their doors shut, one of them shouted, "You can't live here! You don't even have a dog!" A little surprised, the visitor moved on to where the Flinkerdunkles lived. "Well, hello," the visitor said. "I've come from afar and have traveled the world, but traveling has made me tired and I'm looking for a place to live." The Flinkerdunks stopped what they were doing and all gave the visitor an angry look. "You can't live here! You're not red!" they shouted and shooed the visitor away. The day did not feel so sunny anymore. Flustered and shocked, the visitor went to the Mimplets area. "So, hi," visitor said hesitantly. "I've come from afar and have traveled the world, but traveling has made me tired and I'm looking for a place to live." The Mimplets grinned and said, "You're not cool enough to live here, and either way, you don't have a cat." Confused and irritated, the visitor went to where the Wapsies were. "Excuse me," the visitor started. "I've come from afar and—" "We heard you were coming. No baking hat, no home now. Off you go." And so the visitor left, feeling sad and lonely. But the villagers sighed with relief. "They were absolutely too different," said the Sproggle. "Absolutely. Did you see the clothes?" said the Finkerdunk. "I say not cool at all," said the Mimplet. "I bet they don't even have cupcakes," said the Wapsie. "Well, good day, neighbors." Nothing much ever happened. Nothing much ever changed. And this is exactly what the villagers loved about their village. I love this picture. Until that night, when a big storm came rolling in and washed away all the colors of the villagers' homes. The villagers were distraught. They called an emergency meeting to make a plan to rebuild the village, but no one could agree on what their new village should look like. "I don't want our homes to be blue," cried a Sproggle. "Or round or yellow," shouted a Flinkerdunk. "I don't want dogs in my village," grumbled a Mimplet. "It's not as if cats are so great," snarled a Wapsie. Maybe I can help," said a voice. The visitor spoke. "I have come from afar and have traveled the world. I've seen a lot of different beautiful places, built by a lot of different beautiful creatures. I'm sure we can build something together that everyone is happy with." Big Ben, the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The villagers quickly huddled back together. They are rather strange, but they do sound quite wise, said a Sproggle. They look pretty odd, but their heart seems so kind, said a Flinkerdunk. We have not been so friendly. Do you think we have misjudged them? Said a Bimplet. We probably have, and we could really use some help, said a Wopsy. And so it began. Days were spent building. Evenings were spent sharing, and nights were spent sleeping. Until one sunny, sparkly, summery day, the work was finally done. It looks different, said a Sproggle. I like all the colors, though. I've secretly always wanted a yellow house, said a Flinkerdunk. Me too, and dogs are actually rather cute, said a Mimplet. I think it's splendid. Who knew mixing colors would be so beautiful, said a Wopsy. Then they all looked at the visitor. Well, I'd better leave you then to it then, said the visitor. Oh, are you leaving? Said a Sproggle. Oh, that would be so sad, said a Flinkerdunk. You've rebuilt our village and you've given us homes, said a Mimplet. You're not a visitor anymore. What may we call you? Said a Wopsy. Call me Bobby, said Bobby. Wonderful! We are sorry we were so mean to you, Bobby, said a Sproggle. You are a beautiful creature inside and out, said a Flinkerdunk. It would be silly if you left, said a Mimplet. Indeed. Now, how would you like some colorful food? Said a Wopsy. And so it happened that the Sproggles, Flinkerdunks, Mimplets, Wopsies, and Bobby lived happily together in all their beautiful shapes, colors, and patterns. And then it has this really cool guide at the end for kids to ask about why and what and why do you think they're grouped that way. And it's all about celebrating acceptance and celebrating differences and working together and kindness. It's a great book. It has all that extra questions that sometimes parents don't often know to ask. It's by a group that they are part of the diversity role models. They have a lot of books or programs that work on different things. Like this book, Luna's Red Hat, is an illustrated book to help children cope with loss and suicide. So sad that we need books to help kids deal with that, but it's truly one of the things that happens. And gender differences, it's just a great book. There they are. Look at the cat and the dog. A blue cat and a green dog. I love it. Let's see. Where did it go? There we go. Yeah. And so Leaning Tower. Yes, the Leaning Tower. It is cool. I think, it is wonderful that it's a story. She's from the Netherlands, and the stories that she writes, it's like the story that we got from the gentleman from Uruguay, that it's the same type of thing about the differences, and those type of things are being written all over the place. And it's just a wonderful kind of thing to have those differences celebrated, and what we do and what's different and what's not, and see that it's done from different people in different ways. So I have one more book that's pretty silly though. And remember I read the books by Ryan Higgins, the Bruce series about Mother Bruce, and the Bruce Hotel. Well, he's done some other books, and this one kind of goes with this, and I thought I'd just throw this in as a bonus here to goes with, because it's about that perception and what we do and what we don't do, and the thoughts. This is called We Don't Eat Our Classmates, and it's by Ryan Higgins. He did the illustrations also, and he did the illustrations for Mother Bruce. I'm going to actually do a bunch of books in the series on Mother Bruce and on the Bruce books for just probably tomorrow night for Sunday night shenanigans. So you'll see here more about Ryan Higgins, the author and illustrator. But this is just kind of an extra bonus for this one. It's called We Don't Eat Our Classmates. Hey kids, you will never be eaten by a T-Rex. They are extinct, I promise. Penelope Rex was nervous. It's not every day little T-Rex starts school. Penelope, there she is in her room. Yeah. Oops. There. What are my classmates going to be like? Will they be nice? How many teeth will they have? This was very important. Penelope's mom bought her a new backpack with ponies on it. Ponies were Penelope's favorite because ponies are delicious. Penelope's dad packed her a lunch of 300 tuna sandwiches. Finally, the big day came, and Penelope Rex was very surprised to find out that all her classmates were children. So she ate them, because children are delicious. Penelope Rex, said Mrs. Noodleman, we don't eat our classmates. Please spit them out at once. So she did. It was not the best way to start school. Still, Penelope was determined to have a good first day. She tried hard to make friends at recess. She finger painted some of her best work. She even saved Griffin Emery a seat at lunch. You can sit here. Penelope started to notice everyone was making friends but her. It was lonely. When she got home, her dad asked her about her first day of school. I didn't make any friends, Penelope cried. None of the children wanted to play with me. Penelope Rex, her father asked, did you eat your classmates? Well, maybe sort of, just a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to make friends, said her dad, especially if you eat them. You see, Penelope, children are the same as us on the inside, just tastier. That gave Penelope a lot to think about. But the next day, Penelope, she tried really, really hard, but poor Penelope, she just could not stop herself from eating her classmates. Mrs. Noodleman, Penelope ate William Momoto again! And they were all afraid of her. Except Walter. Walter was a goldfish. So Penelope tried to make friends with him. Will you be my friend? Chomp! Ah! Cried Penelope. He's eating my finger! Ah! Once Penelope found out what it was like to be someone's snack, she lost her appetite for children. She stopped eating her classmates, even when Cece Woodman spilled barbecue sauce all over herself. And soon Penelope made friends. Found you. Want a brownie? I helped made them. Now, even when children look especially delicious, she peeks at Walter and remembers what it's like when someone tries to eat you. And Walter the goldfish stares right back at her and licks his lips. Because dinosaurs are delicious. And that is, don't eat the classmates. Oh my goodness. I just had to add that one in. We Don't Eat Our Classmates by Ryan Higgins. It was just too silly, too fun. It was just one of those kind of books that, would probably have a class of 5-year-olds rolling on the floor and trying to chomp on each other for the rest of the day. So you kind of have to calculate when you're going to read a book like that. Reading a book like that is always best to read them at the end of the day, just before you put them on the bus to head home to mom and dad. Otherwise, it can be kind of a train wreck for the rest of the day at school. I like silly. Talk to children about hard subjects. Yes, talk to kids about hard subjects. A great book. I know. Don't eat your classmates. He's just, his whole books. That Mother Bruce was, if you remember, is the book where the Bruce is the bear, and he becomes the mother of he thinks he's going to get these eggs, and then they hatch, and he's got these geese that follow him all over the place, and oh my gosh, it's pretty funny. So there's a whole series of those books, and those are coming up. Yeah. Chomp, chomp, chomp. I love the illustrations in these. They're just so much fun to make, just something totally ridiculous, and, to have a goldfish be the one that teaches a T-Rex a lesson. Yeah, that's the kind of leap of imagination that children have that lets them comprehend those type of things and take them in and make them believable. So, well, you guys, for some reason, my iPad has an odd time in it. It's stuck on January 9th at 9:41 a.m. Has been for weeks. I don't quite know why. It's always there at that time. And maybe that's when I downloaded that Libby app. Who knows? But that's where it is. But anyway, you guys, that was stories for tonight on this sunny Saturday evening here in the Northwest. I hope it's nice for you guys too. I was looking at some of the goofiness on Instagram on my grandkids, and my the one that just turned 4 was out. She had a big sun hat on and a dress, and she was dancing around doing all kinds of crazy things. And then my daughter and her son headed off together, just the two of them, for a little bit of time at a secret park, and they were swinging. And it just reminded me of how much it is, how important it is that we just celebrate the differences, the joy, the wonder that kids can bring to our lives, but also that we tap into that for ourselves and we just have some fun. And that's what tonight was about. Yeah, the stories about inclusion are important, but when we open our hearts like a child does, it doesn't make it hard to include other people and to look from other perspectives. So that's what I hope these brought to you. Yep, your laughter bucket is now full. Good, I am glad it is full. Yeah, just wait. Tomorrow night is Sunday Shenanigans, and I tell you, I have. I found some funny books. I was laughing, and yeah, I just was cracking up about them, and I thought, oh, those will be good. Those will be good, and that's it. So until then, you guys, I'm excited to show those to you tomorrow night and have some Sunday shenanigans. If you have any art, go ahead and send it in. I'll try to get it in tomorrow night. I didn't see any come in. I checked about 5:30 my time tonight to see if there was anything. But other than that, it's a great evening. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of it. I hope you will too, wherever you are, that you are enjoying your weekend, you're having a wonderful time, and that you're looking for that beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around. You know where it is. It's looking back at you from the mirror, and it's in this group of people that is here every night, sharing the fun and sharing the stories. You guys, you really bring a great deal of joy to me, and I thank you each and every day for joining me on this journey and for inviting me into your home. And until next time, dance it out, folks. Oh, yay, Nathan. Yes.
Need no black cards. I
5-year-olds have the most fun